in Minnesota. Hundreds may soon have to return to Somalia and Myanmar.
I think everybody's still shocked.
Christopher Tunbao is the owner and chef at Mandalay Kitchen in St. Paul. As a small boy, Christopher was forced to flee his homeland. He lived in a Thai refugee camp before coming to St. Paul 25 years ago. Christopher is one of roughly 20,000 Karen people living in Minnesota. On Monday, the Department of Homeland Security announced people with temporary protected status from Christopher's homeland would have to return.
Man, we don't give a damn. At the end of the day, it's hashtag DEI with us. It's hashtag DEI with us. For those that don't know what that means deport every immigrant. Deport every immigrant. That's just how that works. We DEI.
So right here, this is why temporary protected status is such a hot button issue. You have a country that has been involved in a terrible conflict. That conflict springs up out of nowhere. And what happens? A generous nation like the United States steps in and says, you know what? We're going to get people out of that country and give them a place to stay where they will be protected and fed and taken care of and where they can have jobs and provide for themselves. And then when things cool off, when this temporary condition subsides, then those folks will be given the chance. We will help them go back to their home country. But you know what? If we're going to have programs like this, we've got to do the right thing, not just when the program starts, but also when it temporarily ends. If we're not going to do that, we've got a system here that operates at the expense of Americans and legal residents who've immigrated to this country the right way. And what this means is that there's always going to be an excuse to never end temporary protected status. The empathy of Americans will always be used against them whenever one of these programs has to expire. And then at the other end of this whole spectrum.
Now, look, this is crazy. I kind of want to get into the next clip because this is a lot. I got a lot to cover tonight. Hopefully, I ain't got nowhere to go tonight, okay? Hopefully, the family ain't got nowhere to go tonight. Because I got a lot more to get into, and I want to get into some more. I want to get into this next clip because we pretty much know what's going on with the TPS shit. We see what's going on. It's about to get bad. It's about to get real bad. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. If y'all want to go ahead and rock the house out with me, hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. Man, let's get back into it, man. Keys on the train, on the train.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Or they conduct some of these operations here in the city.
We should point out that Ilhan Omar has not.
I don't know if y'all know, Trump done sent in. He calling it the fraud police. He done sent the whole group of police out to Minnesota. He not bullshitting with these Somalians, man. He got a real beef with Somalians, right?
Been directly linked to any of this, but a lot of questions being raised about how much she might have known or suspected what was going on.
Where this is wild. Apparently she's become very wealthy.
Let's go through it. When she first ran for Congress in 2018, she was married to a Somalian man named Ahmed Nur Said Elmi, and she had a net worth of approximately $65,000.
Okay.
Not a ton of money, but $65,000. By 2020, a whole 2 years later, Ilhan had already divorced and remarried another Somalian man by the name of Ahmed Aladizian Herzi, and her net worth was still right around $65,000. Yet just 4 years later, she was divorced and remarried again for a third or perhaps a fourth time. We don't know for sure because Ilhan Omar likely married her brother at one point to get him into this country illegally when she came here from Somalia, which, by the way, is a federal crime. And she's serving in Congress. And nobody talks about this.
Well, they're starting
by 2024, Ilhan's married to a new person, a white guy named Tim. There's Tim.
Who's Tim?
And Tim is not a rich man, but now he is. Tim's rich now because somehow over the course of the last 3 years, Ilhan Omar's net worth has skyrocketed to over $30 million. And
yeah, that's what we brought that up earlier. Bad Humphrey, 670. Not only did she marry her brother, she married her brother so he can come to this country legally. But what she did is called immigration fraud. That's a damn felony. How is she even in office as an elected official in Congress? This little bitch is diabolical, man. First, you did some immigration fraud to marry your brother. Then you done linked in with the rest of the Somalians and fed your pockets to about 30 million. You made $10 million profit over the last 3 years. Doing what, Sway? How, Sway? How? Put a nigga up on game.
Counting.
Wow.
Meaning she went from having right around $65,000 to $30 million.
What stocks are they
in
picking?
3 years? Think about
Tell me that.
Powerball
Tell me how to
drawing
do that.
is tonight. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Ilhan Omar did not win the lottery. Bernie Madoff was cheating, and he still wasn't doing that well.
This is crazy.
That is a 46,000% increase in less than 3 years.
She'll probably say that's the American.
Well, that's the American way.
Dream.
And why are we the only ones asking these questions tonight?
I don't think they're the only ones asking questions tonight. My answer to Somalians was that the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard our interest of Somalia. What? We Somalians must have that confidence in ourselves.
My bad, y'all. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, family. I did not mean to cuss. Ooh, my bad. Big Chief, I did not mean to say that. This little heifer is diabolical. Oh, this little wench. This little tethered Somalian wench. She is diabolical, fam. I'm telling y'all.
We live in the U.S., pay taxes, and have a real voice. Okay, this is what has a lot of people very upset about Ilhan Omar. Perhaps this is just the kind of speech that you give when you want to get money, but she's already got a lot of money, and now the other frauds that she's alleged to have engaged in are now moving up the food chain. Look at this.
No, I had it right the first time. You right, you right, David, but I'm trying to watch my curse words. But I felt like that little bitch is diabolical. You come on, Uncle Auntie. I'm good with that one, right? That's my last one. Because I think y'all even said it behind the scene. I think I heard one of the old heads say that word in my mind. You understand what I'm saying? I can read y'all mind. Y'all said it too.
Trump mentioning the Daily Mail reporting from 2020 that Ilhan Omar married her brother to get into the country.
What's the borders are going to say about this?
Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother.
What's the borders are going to say?
You know, I just got advised by a fraud investigator the other day on that.
Look, that's my boy right here. His ass be on. Listen, he be on immigrants' ass, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm glad Trump brought him back in as the Secretary of Defense and Border Patrol and Immigration Control. He one of the ones, man. He one of the ones. He was the one that was in during the first Trump administration and had the border secured. I'm talking about locked down. You feel me? Somebody say he too pink to be my boy. He just a little excited. Time out. He reddish. Now, he's a white T-man. Let's say that. Somebody said Tether Task Force affiliate. Yeah, man. Shout out to all my Tether Task Force people. Got another mission accepted, man. We getting rid of all tethers around this mug. All right. Shout out to all my family that's standing on the business. If you understand what I'm saying, let's keep it going.
I asked the question.
Really?
Who reviewed the files? There was immigration fraud involved.
Huh.
The statute of limitations became an issue in the last 4 years when this was first brought up. Who was president? Who run DOJ? So pulling the records now, pulling the files, and we're looking at, but this fraud investigator, who I know personally, one of the best fraud investigators in HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, said there's no doubt he reviewed the file. So I'm running that down this week, matter of fact, and we'll see.
Wow.
It's
something could happen.
Tremendous that, I mean, and according.
Man, they jump. No, that's illegal though. Hey, country right, that's illegal. You can't marry your brother to get him into the country legal. That's called fraud. That's actually immigration fraud. That's a real charge. That ain't no loophole. I don't even know how she even got elected. She should be on trial right now.
According to the Secretary, Kristi Noem of DHS, she said nearly 50% of the visas are fraudulent in this community. I mean, that would mean
out of 100% of the immigrants that's here on visas, 50% of the visas are illegally in fraud. Get the out of here. That is insane. That is insane. 100% of the immigrants that's here, 50% of them that's here on visas are here on fraudulent fake visas. That is insane. Did y'all hear that, family? Drop a fire emoji. Let's run that back.
The visas are fraudulent.
Wow.
It's
something could happen.
Tremendous that, I mean, and according to the Secretary, Kristi Noem of DHS, she said nearly 50% of the visas are fraudulent in this community. I mean, that would mean that half the Somali refugees are here in some way illegally.
That's a fact. I mean, they did it through some type of loophole, like my brother J-Rock said. That's why they created the phenomenal hit show called 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé is pretty much showing the process of how these people fraudulently come over here from these immigrated third world tether countries. Hell, the whole show give you the rundown.
Tremendous that, I mean, and according to the Secretary, Kristi Noem of DHS, she said nearly 50% of the visas are fraudulent in this community. I mean, that would mean that half the Somali refugees are here in some way illegally. What's going to happen? Is something's actually going to happen? Are there going to be people?
If 50% of them illegally, that means down there, 1 out of every 2 people that you find is on one of those. So yeah, I feel like all Somalians should be stopped on the spot, search and check for papers, just like in Nazi Germany. Sorry, but true, man. We got to stop and see if you got the correct paperwork, man. I'm just keeping it real. I know it sounds crazy.
People stripped of their visas, deported. Are we going to see that?
I mean, we're talking 45,000 people. Meanwhile, the amount of financial fraud in Minnesota that may have enriched certain people keeps growing. Look at this.
Fry, Omar, Ellison. How deep does this go into politics?
Yes. Let's get these answers.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, there is an overlap with plenty of Democrats in power in Minnesota with all of this. It was the spring of 2021 when the raids involved with the $250 million fraud scheme tied to feeding our future was first exposed. Even before that, though, you're right. There was a suspected $100 million fraud tied to overbilling at dozens of Somali-owned daycare sites in Minnesota. That was making news back then. So the question of who knew what and
it's
when,
been going on the whole
you
time.
laid it out. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, she held several events at the restaurant named in the Feeding Our Future fraud, including hosting her congressional win in 2018 at that very restaurant.
At a scammer's restaurant.
She knew one of the...
She even did a rally for the Feed the Children's program, which that program is the main program that had a lot of fraud, scamming attached to it. And not only did she did a rally for it, she did a rally at a restaurant who was owned by one of the damn scammers. Come on, man. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, family. She was rallying for the program, which got scammed by Somalians, did the damn promotion at the damn restaurant that was owned by one of the damn scammers. Come on, man. She's got to be a part of. Like, I'm not the smartest muff in the world, but Smokey, it looked like you're back there taking the You see what she did it, man. She involved, man.
Owners very well, so Saeed is his name, who has since been convicted. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, senior.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building too, man. Hit that like button, thumb up the video. Let's get these likes up, family. Really, let's get these likes up. Let's get the likes matching the views. Let's go.
There was a suspected 100